I made a swap journal. I kind of had to. I've been kind of getting into more swaps. Anyways, I had this journal. It's a purchase journal with just like lined paper in it. And I thought, I'm not doing anything with it. I've had it for years. And I just couldn't, I couldn't give it away. Like when we cleared everything up down here, I just couldn't do it because I thought I'm going to need that one day. And lo and behold, very quickly did I need it. So on the inside, I made myself a little pocket for the Deconstructed Journal groups, themes, and mail dates. There is kind of their guidelines. Like I follow everyone's guidelines. So, and then the ephemera swaps, I glued like the kind of guidelines that they have for it. For the ephemera swaps, I glued it right in here. And then on the next page, I have swap groups like Crazy Island Family, KIF. So I matched it up to a KIF tab. And this is Deconstructed Journal group. It's actually the, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. I know what that is, Deconstructed Journals. So what I've done in here, I've covered up their names. Ephemera swap at Deconstructive Journal because it's under that tab. As soon as it's done, I use repositionable tape. I thought this was brilliant. I will just pull this out because it has all the names here. Just pull this out and that just rubs off. And back here I have sent and received. So this would go in here. To probably live forever because I would want to keep track of the swaps that I've done. And I would, on here, right on this piece of paper that I've just put down, I would write the date that I sent it and check off the ones that I've received. So I think that this kind of system is going to work awesome. At least it does for me. It makes sense to me. And that's what matters. So anyways, that's my swap journal, and that's how I operate my swap journal. It makes it simple. So if I start swapping with someone else, I can add them to the list here, and you know, add them to another page here. Because nothing is ever going to stay on these pages. These are temporary. They're always going to be moved to the sent. That's why I left this much for sent, because I want a record of what I've swapped, you know, with who, when. And it was so nice that, I don't know who did this, but I got this download from the Deconstructed Journal group on Facebook. It's mailing address support, like how it should be mailed, where everything should be, on a large envelope even. These are this is, oh, okay, now we're getting into United States. The ones before were Canada. These are international. This is how they're supposed to look. I thought this was amazing to have. So I stapled that in here, or did I? No, I used my ATG gun and stuck it down on the very back page. So I'll always have that, which is good to have for any group. I think that that's really good information to have. So if you do swaps and you have an old journal hanging around, even if it's not this big, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you print out. These I overprinted because I put them into a text pad or a notepad and printed them like that. Unfortunately, I don't see that well, so my notepad is set up for a pretty large font. I've got to change that before I print them because, boy, it's really quite big, and they don't need to be really that big. So that's all I do is I copy from a notepad. And also another little tip I might give you, when I get this information, like the Ephemera Swap Group 27 International mailing date June the 25th and all the names that are in my group, when I get this, I go right away to my Gmail Google Drive. And I have a folder in there called Swaps. I have the KIF swaps, and I also have the Deconstructed Journal swaps. And the date, then under them, I have the dates. And I've also added addresses. That's where my addresses live. They don't live on here. I just need their names. My addresses live. I copy all the addresses from the Deconstructed Journal group on Facebook has a file for addresses. And I just went in there, and it was so easy. I went Control F, like Control Find, or maybe that works the same on a Mac. I don't know. Not Control. It is. I can't think about it right now. But anyways, and I just typed their name in and clicked the down thing, and it found them right away. I just copied their address and slipped it in there. I made a notepad. I copied from that notepad right into my Google Drive doc. And that sits there until that swap is completed. Because I don't need that stuff anymore. Like once I've received, they've received, the swap is all done. I don't need that anymore. So I would delete that out of my Google Drive, and because more swaps will go in there. And Google Drive, I love Google Drive. You can share it. I have a number of Gmail addresses. Like one is for my husband and me, and then one is for Artsology. And so I hope that this has been helpful to you. I know it's going to work very well for me. So that's all I have today. Bye for now.